My first girlfriend, Crystal, died at 16, right after I broke up with her. For a long time, I thought it was just a coincidence. I felt differently when my next girlfriend, Nicole, died right after we broke up a few years later. They both died in odd circumstances. Crystal crashed her car flat sober on a straight road by herself. Nicole drowned in the bathtub after falling asleep. Both were labeled as accidents. I was never questioned by police, but plenty of people around town talked and wondered if I was cursed. I wanted the same. Then I moved away. The military took me all the way across the country, and I was happy. I fell in love with a girl named Katie. Everything was good until I went to a cousin's wedding out of town by myself. The drinks flowed, too many. I lost control. I got in deep with a girl there, and I was talking too hot to not keep talking, and we kept drinking with her. We ended up back in my hotel room. I was too drunk to stop. We had sex, and she stayed the night with me. I woke up with an instant sinking feeling of regret. I also woke up alone, but the girl whose name I couldn't even remember was in the bathroom. She was crying. I listened to her weep uncontrollably for a few moments, unsure of what to do. Then I heard glass breaking, and I rushed into the bathroom. The girl from the night before was there with a shard of broken mirror in her grasp. I begged her to not hurt herself. She screamed back at me that she loved her boyfriend. She couldn't believe what she had done, and she wanted to die. Then she unexpectedly started saying a name I hadn't heard in years. Holly. Hearing that name reached into the darkest recesses of my brain. Holly was a poor girl in my 5th grade class. Homely. She was teasing someone who received no interest as someone and anyone wanted to date. Instead, she was mocked. We went too far. Someone dared me to ask out Holly and pretend to be her boyfriend for a week, and I agreed to do it, trying to impress my peers. Holly seemed to have no idea that the thing was a facade. She held my hand on the schoolyard and didn't seem to see the other kids snickering all the while. The worst part is I could feel she was sweet and genuine during the time together. She was a nice person. I had to get out of it. I had my friend break up with her a few days into the spoof relationship. Holly was crushed. I felt horrible. She never made eye contact with me again. One day after recesses, I came back to my desk and found a piece of paper with burnt ends and found an endless abyss of vulgar and dark words scrawled all over in blank ink and pentagrams. I tried to decipher what it specifically all meant, but couldn't. It just said awful things. Embarrassed and guilty. I never told anyone about it or confronted Holly Eve about it. Holly moved away at the end of the school year. One of the girls in the class said she lived near her and thought her parents were deep into occult, witches, spells, and all that kind of stuff. I figured it was bullshit. It wasn't until I heard the woman in the bathroom screaming out her name that all those scrawled words of hate and love and darkness on that burnt paper. Holly left on my desk and came back into my head. That dark little girl must have cursed me and any lover that left me. Holly, the worst bad out of my one-night stand in the bathroom, snatched me out of my memory dive. Then the woman took the shard of glass, and first she slit both her wrists before I could even try to do anything. The girl from Wendy ended up living, and she explained to everyone that what she did to herself, and wanted to cover up for me, being there to protect their own relationship. So I got lucky, and no one ever found out. I know you're thinking though, but don't. The girl later died after her wounds and were infected from the gashes. The curse was still alive. I had an easy solution to it all. I was going to marry Kathy and stay with her forever. I proposed. She was a bit thrown off by the haste, but she said yes. Everything was going so well. We kept going through the motions of love and prep and slowly planning our wedding. I wasn't in any particular hurry. Then I came home one day, and her wedding ring was resting on the kitchen counter with a note that she was leaving me. No particular reason given. She said in the note she had to stay away from me for a week so she could clear her mind. There was no way I could make that happen. I knew I was racing a clock. I was waiting to hear her that she had died every second as I drove around going to the place that she could be. I found her at her sister's house after a few hours of pleading and explaining to her that her safety was in serious question. She finally came out and talked to me in the yard. I explained everything. I watched her face, and she regretted every single second of the relationship. Then she walked inside. Weeks went by without much sleep. I kept just thinking I was soon going to be invited to her funeral, and I wondered if it would be some circumstance where people thought I might have done it to her. She stood up in the middle of the night with a knock on my door. I let her in, so happy to see her, alive and breathing. She explained she had nearly lied in 3 separate freak accidents since she left me. She believed in the curse. She could feel it inside of her. She had suicidal thoughts she could have never even imagined before. We had to be together. The wedding was back on. Now you're probably wondering, why did that dark little girl who I fucked with back in the 5th grade do something that ultimately won me back the love of my life? Was she not going to kill Kathy or something? That thing was my time away. Kathy made me realize that I didn't love her. I didn't really miss her and enjoyed my time alone. I thought of my previous dearly departed partners, and I thought I loved them more than I loved her. And I dreamed of a relationship that would truly bring it all together for me. I was cursed with a fake lover. Or I had to be okay with Kathy dying. So the fake relationship I pranked that poor girl with in the 5th grade. I was going to be stuck in a fake relationship for the rest of my life. Well played. I'll leave. Yes, 2 days uploaded and we're back again. And I hope you guys did enjoy this one. I know this was a bit rushed out. I'm still trying to get used to my deep inner voice, which is like very difficult for me to do. But yeah, I hope you guys do enjoy, and I'll catch you guys later. Bye.